Carl, when you spoke to these missionaries, they acknowledged they had no papers, no visas, no passports for any of these kids. Is that right?
Absolutely right. And they simply said that, well, we didn't think we needed it. It was such confusion and chaos. I said, didn't you go down to the social services ministry here, which was open last week? And they said, well, we went down there, but they were busy for a while. They were busy, and so we didn't stick around, and we just put the kids on the bus and left. But there is another side of this story, Wolf, and it's an amazing side that I want to tell you about because we were digging on this today. We went up to a mountain village just outside Port-au-Prince and found the place where at least 20 of these 33 kids come from, and we met their parents. At least 14 of those children have parents, 6 others have some other kind of close relative. All told us that they gave away their children to the Americans. They said, we simply cannot provide for our own children after this earthquake. They said that the Americans came and through an interpreter told us that they were going to take the children to a safe place in the Dominican Republic that had a school, that had a swimming pool, that would have a church as well. And we gave them because we believed that this is the best chance for a brighter future for our children. And when I said to some of those parents, but now they're not going to the Dominican Republic, do you want them back? They simply said, what can I do with them if you bring them back here? I have no money, I have no food, I have no water to give them, Wolf.
What a story. I'm sure it's not going to go away. And this notion that they potentially could be charged here in the United States as opposed to in Haiti, what are you hearing about that?
That is something that right now is being worked out. I did have the occasion to talk briefly to the U.S. ambassador to Haiti. He said he hadn't heard that yet through diplomatic channels, but he had heard the Prime Minister referencing that. He's not sure what kind of mechanism would be used, whether it would be a deportation, whether it would be a full-on extradition. But of course, the big question mark there, if a crime was committed in Haiti, and if the evidence is in Haiti, here is where the investigation has to be done. And on that front, I can tell you that although the Haitian authorities are vowing to investigate this fully, they certainly seem to be well behind the curve. When I talked to the Prime Minister yesterday, I gave him some information that we had dug up that he was not aware of. And when we went up to this village where 20 of the children come from, there had been no sign of any Haitian authorities there trying to dig up any information whatsoever, Wolf.
And these 10 missionaries, they remain in prison right now?
They are in jail right now. We have visited them twice now since their arrest. They say conditions are Spartan, but they say they're being well treated by the Haitians. They say they're not getting too much food or too much water, but just sufficient. They have had brief access to consular officials, and they say that they are keeping strong by singing hymns, saying prayers, and reading passages from the Bible, Wolf.
Carl Penhall, you'll keep us up to date on this story. It's got huge interest here in the United States. Thanks very much for that.